Hey guys, Pastor Austin here, and I just wanted to take a moment and connect with you. I know many of you have several questions about what the governor has proposed and what he has now lifted as far as restrictions go for worship services. We are planning, not for this coming Sunday, May 31st, we're not planning to meet then. We are planning, however, to meet June 7th because we have a couple of loose ends to tie up and make sure that we have everything prepared for you so that we still can meet those criteria, but worship in person together. And I'm so excited for that, church. But let me fill you in just a little bit on what you might see on the day that you come to worship in person. We're going to have 2 services in the morning and 1 in the evening. Our first service is at 8:15. Then at 9:30 we have our regular Bible study small group time for the adults only at that time. Then we have our 11 o'clock service. And then later in the evening, we have our 6 o'clock service. Now, at some point between you watching this video and the time that we go to meet, you might be receiving a call, and we will call some of our more consistent church members, those who've been coming here a little while, and just asking them, would you please consider coming to 8:15 or the 11 and just choosing one so that we can free up a little bit of space so that we can have some guests and that we don't have well over 100 people in one service because things were already getting a little cramped. I mean, it's God moment time, guys. These big things are happening. So you'll receive a call and we'll just be asking you to join one service or the other, ask some preferences, things like that. But we'll speak with you about that on the phone. But when you do come, whether it's 8:15, 11, or it's our 6 o'clock service, what you will see when you enter the doors is that main entrance that's closest to the parking lot, the one that goes up the ramp, we're going to keep that as just one entrance. So when you go in those doors, please don't, if you forget something, come right back out those doors. We're going to try and keep a steady flow of traffic so that we don't congregate and get too bunched up. If you do need to go back outside, you're more than welcome to go around. We're going to have ushers there to help you guys. We have the other set of double doors on the other side of the sanctuary as an exit for you. At both entrance and exit, we will have a standing table that has some hand sanitizer for you because we'd like everybody to still remain safe with the social distance, but we also know that germs spread through touching certain things, and we're going to make every opportunity for you to be able to stay safe. So you'll find hand sanitizer, and you'll also find your worship guide or your bulletin, whatever you like to call it, your worship guide laying on that table because we want to eliminate as much person-to-person contact as possible. And we'll just allow you to grab one of those bulletins, hand sanitize up, and then make your way into the sanctuary. Now, when you do come into the sanctuary, on every other row, you'll see there will be clear markers and signs that ask you to please sit in either row ahead or the row behind that row. All right? So please don't move papers, don't move signs or anything like that and say, well, this is my spot. Sit on every other row. This is so that we can maintain safe social distancing. When you do come in and you find your seat, if there is room, please make a little bit of distance between you and the other person if they're not a part of your family at home. But you're welcome to sit wherever you would like as long as it's every other row. Another thing that we ask, if you're able to, is wear some kind of face covering. Now, I know not everybody's able to, not everybody's comfortable to. This is your choice, but we do ask and suggest these kinds of things so that you could wear some kind of safe covering and help maintain safety for everyone. Now, me personally, you will not see me wearing one because it is difficult to communicate through the microphone and things while wearing one of those masks. So I'll keep even more social distance from you guys. As much as I just love to go up and give you guys a great big old hug and say, man, I miss you. Instead of a great big old hug, I'll give you a great big air hug and an air high five, air fist bump, whatever it may be, because guys, I do miss you, and I'm very, very excited that we get to see each other. Now, after our services, when things do end, whether you're at the 8:15, 11, or the 6 o'clock, we'll be dismissing by section. So it'll give you a chance to gather your things together, but please don't stand up right away, and I'll coach you when we get to that time. We'll dismiss by section, and our ushers will help us. That way we're not congregating when we're trying to exit through those double doors. And on your way out those double doors, again, as I mentioned, there will be another stand another standing table that has hand sanitizer for you so that you can hand sanitize on your way out, and go get some lunch, go rest in the day of the Lord. Whatever you do right after services, you'll be free to go do that at that time. I really, really appreciate your patience, church. I can't tell you that enough. I appreciate the sacrifices that you guys have made. I appreciate how many people I've had call and ask, are there families that we can help? And there have been. There have been times that we've had to help families. I appreciate you guys being willing to make connection bags and still have connections during a time like this when there's social distancing or the physical distancing. Guys, we still did the work of God so that God's glory shines. We got to be a part of that. Now, God's glory was going to shine either way, but isn't that awesome to look back and go, look at those God moments and look at that. God allowed us to be a part of it. We chose to be a part of it, and now we get to reap the blessings having been a part of that. That's too cool. That's so exciting. But I'm going to ask that you continue to be patient. There's going to be some things that feel uncomfortable. You know, we're not used to having 2 services in the morning. We're not used to having social distancing in our church. We're used to just running up to our best friend and giving them a hug. But I'm going to ask that you don't do that. Stick with the air hug, air 5, air fist bump. Please, let's social distance, but I need you to be patient for me. You guys have done such a good job so far, and I want that to continue. We have been waiting to meet in person. And I know some of you are hoping that we would meet May 31st. We were hoping that we could have met sooner, but we have a few loose ends to tighten up so that when you guys do come, things are prepared and ready for you, and we're following all the requirements of us as a place of worship. So we will be meeting June 7th. That's when our services in person start, June 7th. That's not this coming Sunday. If you're watching this on Friday or Saturday, that's not this coming Sunday, but it's the one following. Okay, so June 7th, write that down. I know I'm saying it a lot. June 7th, write that down, because I don't want you to show up here this coming Sunday and then all of a sudden go, where is everybody? That pastor's a liar. I don't want that for you. I want you to be able to worship with us, and we are very excited for that day. If you do feel immune compromised, or you have some breathing difficulties like asthma and things like that, and that you are more susceptible to this virus, it is perfectly okay if you choose to just join us online through YouTube or Facebook for those services. We know that you're still worshiping with us. We know that it's for your safety and for everyone else's safety. So don't feel that you're skipping church or that everyone will look bad at you or anything like that. Know that we miss you, know that we love you, and know that we understand. If you don't feel safe, you feel uncomfortable, please continue to join us online and help us to still connect with you. Guys, I love you so much. No matter what has happened with this virus, no matter what has happened with restrictions or politics or anything like that, it has not stopped us from being who God has called us to be. I want you to remember 2 things. We are still a family using our talents to help families connect, grow, and serve as followers of Christ. And the second thing, I love you so much, and I can't wait to see you soon.